It is the RIOT Podcast. Happy Thursday.
Hey, we shouldn't even talk. Why don't we just give this all to Isaiah since he's been gone?
I don't know if that's really how this
You've probably
works.
got a lot of stuff pent up that you've been waiting to get out over the last couple
Oh my
days.
gosh, just so much stuff from like me laying on my couch, just sleeping.
Well, I just figured you probably listened to the podcast from the 2 days you were out and you have all kinds of opinions you'd like to share that you didn't get to share on the actual show.
Oh my gosh, so many from the
wasn't
podcast.
listening to anything.
But let's mainly focus on today because they don't want to hear what I think about the last podcast because they already heard it, you know?
Plus, if you're sick, Hudson, and you're at home and you feel bad because you can't come into work, listening to work makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Because you're disappointed in yourself for not being well enough to come in.
The last thing I want to hear is you guys talking while I'm trying to relax.
You only get that when you come into work.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to get stressed out, okay?
Yeah,
I'm trying to
right.
feel better.
Well, we are very glad you're back.
Yes, we are.
But today on the show, we talked about how Papa John's is slightly changing their look.
Oh, no, it's a whole new thing.
It's a new. They're changing from Papa John's to Papa John's, and we're all supposed to just get on board with that. It's a drastic change.
I would love to be in the marketing department when they propose this, and everybody else just being like, "Do we need to tell people this?
Yeah.
Is this this isn't a thing?
Do we need to make this a thing, or like?
It
Is
is
there
a thing to
somehow
them.
like how the other thing I'm thinking like usually when they do things like this it's for like some sort of like PR stunt or like trying to get like good looks out of it, but like in what world would changing it like this like do anything for you at all?
Well, they were just mostly saying that a lot of companies streamline like for probably their trademarks and stuff, and but yet internationally, which we talk about in the thing, they can't. They're not changing Papa John's internationally.
Oh.
So I don't know what there's always a legal reason for doing stuff, and it's never just for a new look because they thought it was a good idea.
It's because they're trying to cut ties with Papa John, and when their name is Papa John's, when the apostrophe, it means that he can go to any Papa John's and say, "This, my name is on here
Give me my
with the
free
apostrophe
pizza."
S, which means it belongs
Which means
to me,
I own it.
which means I can do whatever I want here."
All
Now
right.
they've circumvented that.
They're
Now
changing
it's
it.
just there's plenty of Papa John.
Well, listen to the rest of the story and tell us what you think.
We also talked about how Nikki is a bit of a hypocrite, you know,
I
because I come on here and I get totally dogged for using my parents' Disney Plus and for using YouTube TV off my girlfriend's account. Yet she's using her mom's DoorDash pass this entire time.
Wait a minute.
No, it's new.
It just started yesterday.
Just yesterday.
But it's my DoorDash account. So I think it's different. She uses my DoorDash account. It's just she's now paying on her credit card, which is now attached to my account.
Oh my
that Now
gosh.
she's doing the door pass because I was like, hey, if we did, this pass, we save money on the delivery and stuff.
Well, yeah, you save
And-
a lot of money when you're
Yeah.
paying for the pass.
I don't know about you guys, but like my mom, like parents are funny. Parents to them, if something's a little bit more expensive, they're parents. Like it's not as big of a deal.
Yeah.
But with me, I'm like, it's $10 more. Like I can't. I don't
Is it
want
worth
to.
it, you
Is
know?
it worth it? And my mom, I warned her. I was like, DoorDash it's a little bit more expensive if you just went over. And she's like, well, that would have been gas anyway.
Yeah. They find somewhere like, well, we were spending that money anyway. We might as well send it on that.
Man,
My
I
mom
love
is
that.
so sweet. She's like, well, and then we get to tip someone and help them out, and like for the drivers and stuff. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
So she's using my account.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's how we'll spin this.
Yeah.
We also did a food fight today with some Krispy Kreme Thanksgiving donuts that were pretty fire.
Courtesy
They're very
of
good.
DoorDash.
Yeah.
and the Dash Pass.
Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. So don't forget, you can check out more, including some clips of our morning if you want to ever check out what it's like to watch the riot. If you head over to RadioU Official, there's a new one up there on our Instagram and our RadioU Official on TikTok.
That's all there. Enjoy, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Please welcome Isaiah back to the show.
Howdy.
Isaiah, we're so happy you're here to do the news and traffic and
I
everything.
know, right? You guys missed that so
Hey,
much.
Now, wait a minute. First off, we're really glad you're feeling better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's number one. And then, yes, we're glad that you're back to do all that stuff you were definitely missed.
I hope you weren't listening to air check me on my performance on that.
No, I didn't tune into the show once. I slept through the show every single day. I
Oh,
did
you
not
were
wake
really
up.
sick.
Isaiah, You know we have a podcast.
Well, I didn't quite make it to that either. I was on my couch for the past 72 hours, probably 94% of the time.
Oh,
so
wow.
much that my roommate was starting to get upset with me. He was like, dude, you're hogging the couch all day. All you do is lay on the couch all day long. He's like, you don't feel that bad. Get up and do something. I've been doing the dishes and the laundry the past 3 days. You've done nothing. I was like, dude, I feel horrible.
Well,
I
your
feel so
roommate
bad.
needs to be a bit more supportive.
Yeah.
I know. He did do it. He made me chicken noodle soup and he was pretty good. But towards the end of it, he was like, all right, this has gone on long enough. He's like, you've been home for too long. He's working from home this week, so we were seeing too much of each other.
Yeah, that's
he was
a
like,
lot.
go back to work.
You should have told him, fine, go sit on the couch where I was, where I'll just get your sick,
Yeah, exactly.
my sick all over you.
Exactly.
So did your roommate take care of Jim, the dog?
No, I was in charge of Jim. Nobody, no matter what the circumstance is, there's no chance that anyone will ever take care of that dog.
No, you got that, even in your sickest time.
Yeah.
So through all of this, I'm anxious to know, did you wind up having to get a COVID test this time?
I did get a COVID test.
You got it?
I fought it for a long time, and I was like, I have to get it. I have to get it. So yesterday, I wake up in the morning. Of course, I waited till the last second. So I'm calling everywhere, trying to figure out how I can even get one, which you'd think would be pretty easy.
You would
It
think.
was not. It was not at all. I went to CVS, Walgreens, all these different places. Apparently, everybody needs a COVID test because it was booked everywhere. So I have no idea where to go, and I end up calling the bookstore.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you can just get one there. And so I went to the bookstore the first time, and
You mean the library?
the library, whatever you want to call it. Well, I don't even know. I don't go to this place. I didn't even go inside, obviously. I don't go to the library regularly. So I go to the library, call the number. They bring out the little test kit or whatever that you apply to yourself.
Yeah.
And so it was 15 minutes away. I still don't feel that great. I drive 15 minutes back. I take this little test thing with a proctor and whatnot, and then I come to the end of it, and the guy that's on the call is like, well, your results were inconclusive.
No.
And so I'm like, what do you mean
come on.
they're inconclusive? But do I have to do it again? He was like, yes, you have to do it again. So then, and my mistake was when I went to the library, they were like, how many do you want?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't want to be greedy. I'll just take one. I only need one. And clearly I needed more than one. So I went back and I'm like, give me three. Give me three of them just in case. So then I would drove all the way back, come back here to my house, take it again, and then it immediately popped up negative. And I was like, you know what? I only needed one. Not
We're
doing it again.
taking it.
I'm taking my one negative.
We're
If
good.
the
We'll
first
take
one
those
was
response.
inconclusive, do you trust the second one?
Oh, I trust it. I trust it so much I didn't even do another.
Listen, he's feeling better. We don't need to worry. It's
exactly.
fine.
I feel
It's
great
fine.
now. I wouldn't say great, but I feel pretty darn good now. A lot better than I did the past couple of days. So I'm just happy to not be on my couch right now.
Yeah, we're
well,
glad
your
you're
roommate
back.
is too, because he
Yeah.
called us and said to make sure you
He
came
was like,
in.
"Can you get him back to work?
Yeah.
Somehow,
He's
bring
lying.
him in." Yeah, I know. He's like, he doesn't even feel bad. Get him in there. And that's what he was pushing me to get COVID tests. He was like, "Hey, if you test positive for COVID, I don't have to work for the rest of the week." And I'm like, "You so would." And he was ragging on me the whole day. The very first day I was sick, he was like, "Go get COVID tested." I'm like, "No, I'm not getting COVID tested because I don't want to miss work for that long." He was like, "What do you mean you don't want to miss work?" I'm like, "That's not how it works." And he's like, "I want to miss the rest of this week as part of next week." I was like, "You're just using me
He
right now."
is.
I was worried you had COVID because and then I'd be the only one that would have to work.
Oh yeah, Hudson's like, it's just me now.
Yeah, I was going to be all alone because whether Nikki had to quarantine or go on vacation,
Yeah.
I was going to be stuck here. If you had COVID, I'd be all alone. But
Well,
actually, that didn't sound so bad.
It
to be
all
honest.
worked out. Everything's good. Everything's fine. And
Yeah.
remember, if you need a
We're all
COVID test,
healthy.
you can go to the bookstore.
Yeah, go to the bookstore.
That we mean the library.
And you can
Oh
get
my
one.
gosh.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. The Riot, RadioU.
And if you follow us on TikTok, it means you may be eligible for a payment.
Ooh, I saw the notification, like in your inbox.
Yes.
And it said something about a class action thing,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't even click on it.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't yet. I was like, I don't have the time to get into this at the moment. But then I saw it pop up in the news as well. TikTok, they have been sued, a class action lawsuit against TikTok, or Musical.ly as it used to be. And maybe somewhere still is known as that. The company that owns TikTok, ByteDance, has been sued because they improperly collected user information, data, personal data, without proper sufficient notice and consent. And with that to be said, if you use TikTok before October 1st
Of this year?
Of this year,
Yeah.
you are eligible for a payment from the $92 million class action lawsuit. Hey,
Who wants $1?
being on TikTok is finally paying off, baby.
It is. You didn't even need to become like a creator
Yeah.
or use the creator fund. You're totally cashing in on it
Even
now.
if you were just using it to watch stuff.
Yeah, you got
You
money.
didn't post a single video as long as you were on there before October 1st. And now, but in a way, we are hurting ourselves. We're harming ourselves by sharing this information with everyone because it says the amount of the payments depends on how many people sign up for the lawsuit.
So then the
March,
more that sign up, the less
the
you get.
less. Yep. So we should actually keep this to ourselves.
And what's nice is you'll give them more information.
Of course.
So like you never gave your address, but now
TikTok
they'll
already-
probably send your payment.
TikTok has your information, and now the lawyers from the lawsuit will also have your information.
And I'm sure they won't sell that or anything.
course.
So it's a $92 million class action settlement over data privacy violations.
Yeah, well-
and TikTok has about, at this point, 89 million people they say that should be affecting.
So hey, wait a minute. That means we each get at least $1, right?
It's worthless to think that you should even sign up. Like, you'll get nothing.
But
Any sort
if
of...
everybody signs up, that's $1, and everybody's not going to sign up. We could
I
get a whole
know.
$2 or $3.
But for every class action lawsuit, the filling out of the form is more work than what you're actually going to get back.
yeah, it is true. But
And it's like TikTok doesn't care. They don't care.
no, but
This is not teaching them. Most of that $92 million class action settlement goes to the people who are doing the class action, like the
lawsuit part.
The lawsuit part.
Yeah, the lawyering part.
That's not all going to people.
You guys, does everybody hear this? Nikki is trying to reverse psychology all of us
To not
out of
do
signing
it.
up for the class action lawsuit so she can have all $92 million for herself.
Well, let's see how easy it is. Like, do you just, should we have clicked on TikTok for the actual inbox thing?
Do you want to do it straight through TikTok? Let's see.
Here it is, class action settlement notice. And you got to go to the website.
Let's see. First name, last
You
name.
can submit a claim. So yeah,
Street
you just
address.
put it in there.
City. What else do I have to give them? Doesn't look like that much. Oh, but I have to either give them my MasterCard, PayPal, or Venmo. Well, I've given PayPal to people I know less than TikTok. So,
So you're fine with it?
yeah.
All right.
And you know what I think? Everybody has our information anyways. We might as well get a few bucks for it.
So I'm hearing that's a yes from over there.
I'm doing it.
Okay, fill it out.
I've got the form right here.
So if you're wanting to be a part of the class action lawsuit for TikTok, it's in your inbox, and you just follow the instructions there.
And if you don't have your TikTok inbox, I guess it means you're not eligible.
And don't forget, RadioU Official, you should be following us on
Yep.
TikTok because you want to make it worth it if you're going to be having your data stolen.
Hey,
and
can we
taken.
say this? It pays to follow RadioU on TikTok.
Why pay for so many streaming services that you don't really care about when you can not really care about the Riot for free? Radio U.
All right. Can we cut there? Let's start over.
You never can.
Why not?
You mean Papa John's?
Let's start over. Papa John's
There it is.
is changing their name.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. To
Yeah.
Papa John's.
Okay. Well, I mean, you want to start. Sometimes change is hard.
Uh-huh.
So you want to start with something small.
They're starting small but meaningful.
Yeah.
They are no longer Papa John's. They are now Papa John's.
Yeah, were you doing this?
It would make more sense if you could see it because they're
Oh, the apostrophe.
they're dropping the apostrophe. So instead of being Papa
Oh.
John, they are now Papa John's.
Hey, PJ, just to let you know, I don't think I even remembered that you had the apostrophe in there.
Don't you think that this is important because the apostrophe in there signaled that Papa John's, it meant that every restaurant belonged to Papa John.
Oh.
That's what the apostrophe S. It shows possession, right?
Possessive, yeah.
So instead of belonging to Papa John, now it just means they are collectively Papa John's. Like.
I know, but there's no, when you're just saying it and there's no change.
No, but I mean, they don't belong to Papa John himself anymore.
They really hate that guy.
They do. Can you imagine him right now on TikTok? He's probably fuming.
He's mad.
He's in his big mansion, and he's so upset. He's probably hatching an evil scheme as we speak.
It just doesn't seem even worth it. They're saying even Papa John's International is not taking away the apostrophe. So it must be like a trademark
thing. So internationally, they still belong to Papa John.
They still do.
But in the
Papa John's here will not have it.
Yes. So that is, I think it's meaningful. They're rebranding a little bit because did you see the new logo they have? I'm looking at it. With noticeably no apostrophe. And it has a new color palette. Did you see that? So the Papa John's part is in tangy tomato red. Oh, is that it? And where it says better ingredients, better pizza. That's in pickled pepperoncini green. Cute. Yeah. Well, I guess that's good. They're really, really moving away from the old Papa John. Sometimes, the business just wants to do something, and that's fine. They say other companies in the past few years who have removed like an apostrophe. CC's, which is a pizza buffet place. Yeah. And Bojangles. Which is coming to our area where our studio is. They're bringing like a ton of Bojangles. Yeah, exciting. But they all dropped their apostrophes in the last couple of years. Which means they no longer belong to CC or Bojangle. Who can own the jangle or the Papa? Who can own the chicken and the biscuits? Who can own that? You. Yeah. You own part of that. But not them. No. So. Well, I'm glad that maybe it's a really subtle thing. Now you don't have to think about Papa. Now you won't think about Papa John when you go to Papa John's because you're like, this doesn't belong to Papa John. It is just Papa John's. That is just their name. So there are several of them. They say now they have a new visual identity, which will go to the restaurants themselves. It'll have a new open floor plan, updated design elements. So you'll see the actual stores themselves start to update too. It looks pretty, I guess. Futuristic. It's like the Papa John's of the future. It looks like someone took those storage containers and like when they make them into small houses. Yeah. And instead made it into a Papa John's. Yeah, it kind of does. Or it looks like a furniture store. Thin and long. Wait, I just had a realization. Why? So they're switching it from Papa John 'S, which means it belonged to Papa John, to Papa John's just with the S added on the end. What if that's plural? What if that means there's more than one Papa John? I don't know. It's controversy. Have they cloned Papa John? You're looking way too much into it. They're just changing it to be honest with us, and we're not even realizing that it's all beneath the surface. There's something going on. There's something scary going on at Papa John's International. Yeah, not here.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
For the Dash Pass you were telling me about.
Okay, you want me to tell everybody?
Yeah, why don't you just tell everyone? All
right. So I would DoorDash quite a lot in the past. Okay, we had especially during COVID, it was a lot. And then I was like, well, wait, I realized how much I'm being charged extra. And so I really backed down from
What was do you remember the moment when you looked at one menu and then looked at DoorDash and went, wait a minute?
It was also during the heyday where I remember I had ordered lunch and 5 or 6 Dashers were supposed to pick it up. And then they kept picking up other things around it. And it was an hour and 10 minutes in and it was only supposed to take 20 minutes. Yeah. And I remember just getting so frustrated. And then it was I'm paying $10, $15 extra. Yeah. When I'm not even going to ever get my food. And if I do, it's not going to be.
It's going to be compromised.
It's going to be compromised. It's going to be bad. Yep. And so I really backed down. Well, in the last couple of days, by the way, the guy's walking in. Put the donuts down. Put them down on the ground.
He's listening.
I put it on the thing. Put the donuts down. But
Isaiah,
go get the donuts.
Help the guy at the door.
So what happened, though, is I've got my mom into door dashing now. And so she door dashed dinner the other day. And then I door dashed for her lunch yesterday. And she's super excited about it. It's all fun. when you teach your parents something. Yeah. And they're this is great. I think she said, this is when
you just go on your phone and they bring the food to you?
Exactly. And she goes, this was when I learned email. I thought this is the best whatever. And so she's going to just use my account, and then I can always, like, she can just tell me what she wants, and I'll send it to her place just to make it easier. And so then yesterday I was like, well, if we had Dash Pass, which like saves you a little bit of money, then, we save money on the delivery. And so she's paying for the Dash Pass, so we get to all use it. Yay!
Oh my gosh. I thought I had figured something out with my family streaming subscription service thing where I'm mooching off of them so I can watch free Netflix.
Because in Hudson's family, like one member will do Netflix, one member will do,
But to be clear,
all the others.
And if you work for a streaming service, stop listening. But we don't live together.
No.
We all and are across state lines. We're sharing subscription services, so we can all each use all of them without each paying for them.
And that's really smart.
It's really smart.
DoorDash, don't listen to this. So her and I are just sharing the login. What's wrong with that? It's your mom, okay? It's fine when it's your mom doing that.
I mean, she's got the subscription anyways. You might as well put it to good use.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure she really gets her money's worth out of it for the both of you.
So now I'm just like, can I go back to DoorDashing again? It's like, yay.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't parents the best?
Yeah.
When they decide to be generous.
So
she's going to take care of that.
Wow. This is a whole new world you found yourself in.
Back in.
Yep.
Who's
you're
ready?
back.
In.
You know what? I bet you DoorDash is really happy about this. They'd be happy to know you're sharing this.
Well, that though, they're also going to think I go like super aggressive. Because what if one night like I DoorDash dinner and she DoorDashes dinner?
Oh, yeah.
And so it'll be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, right.
Someone's going to find out that we're not in the same place.
I don't know if DoorDash will be like Netflix, because with Netflix, you could have two different accounts you have the different profiles. If you log into somebody else's profile, you'll get totally different recommendations. Mm-hmm. Do they have different profiles in DoorDash? Probably not. So you're going to get your mom's recommendations of what she wants to eat for you.
No, I did have to tell her, don't look at the past order history because I didn't want her seeing where I eat food. It was so embarrassing.
That's right.
Because my mom's going to eat like way better food.
You can never. Oh, yeah. She's
like, please
a little more upscale than you.
It's like, please don't look and see what I normally order.
You can never DoorDash on a night where you turn down your mom. She's like, I've got leftovers, or hey, why don't you come over? I'll cook.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, no,
sorry.
I'm really full or whatever. She can't know.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
It's a dangerous game.
It is, but
it's worth playing.
It is. We're in the game.
The Riot Podcast.
RadioU. Speaking of TikTok, Nikki, I'm sure that you've seen the TikTok going around of the bear breaking into the 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Isn't that amazing?
I love this bear so much because, I think the internet community kind of sided with the bear.
Uh-huh.
They said the lady who was filming it was just way too loud.
Here, can we play it?
Did she say anything, Non?
He knows how to open. Hey! Stop!
She just yells at him.
And she just keeps going on.
And the bear just peeks into the 7-Eleven, and he's so polite and he's so awesome that he goes over and his little nose hits the hand sanitizer stand.
Uh-huh.
And then the hand sanitizer comes out. So they're like, he's sanitizing, he's distancing. He was just coming in.
He never goes near the woman.
No.
At least that is shown on film. Yeah, she's just yelling at him. He kind of gives her a look and just
he sniffs
goes
a few
about his
things.
business.
Like he was trying to get some food, and then he walks back out and goes to the dumpster. Mm-hmm. And that's where he does his shopping.
Yeah, right.
He's a dumpster bear.
So if you watch all of them, because she posted several shorter clips, and so he's mostly going through the dumpster, which bears, tend to do.
They do.
And I don't know why she's so concerned about him going through the dumpster. You can see that the lights are flashing, and I think she's the only one there. So I guess he set off the security alarm.
Oh, sure.
So I'm assuming that's why the lights are going off. But, once he's outside, just let him be. Just he can go through the dumpster. You don't need to keep yelling at him. You're just asking for trouble.
Now, that is teaching. This is a teachable moment, Hudson.
Is.
And you don't want the bear thinking he can always come. Because what if he comes when there are people there?
Yeah.
And then he's not allowed and he has a bear fit. And sometimes if there's a bear fit, you can get bit.
Oh,
so, you want to make sure the bear doesn't know that he can come there for food. So she should scare him away, but you just have to be mean about it.
She didn't scare him away at all.
I know. He's like, I'm fine.
He's like, whatever you have to throw at me is not as good as what I'm going to find in this dumpster.
I use the hand sanitizer. I'm allowed to shop.
There's expired hot dogs in here.
I know,
Come
you're
on.
throwing this stuff away. This is good stuff.
I also feel that, like, she works at 7-Eleven. She's probably seen worse things than this bear. This is the least of her worries.
I agree.
But
he's so cute when he does the hand sanitizer. I just want a bear. I want to own one.
Why couldn't this have been you?
I know. Why? I'm never in an area where there's just bears coming to the store.
How can we lure them here?
Well, they would have to take a vacation. I need a vacation bear. I need one that's like, let's go to where Nikki is.
He's a little lost.
He's a little lost.
We
but
just
he's
gotta leave a
vacationing.
trail of breadcrumbs from wherever they are all the way to here.
I think it needs to be better than bread. I think that's like they'll probably just be like,
what do they love?
well, the hot dogs was a good choice.
Just leave a trail of hot dogs. Are you trying to attract a bear or me?
Both at the same time.
Or are you trying to lead a bear here or me away from here?
You're like, suddenly there's a group of like 20 guys and like a few bears, and they're like, we've just been following the hot dogs.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have the effect you hope it would.
Well, for the lady and for her TikTok, just next time be a little less aggressive towards
Shrill.
the bear. You don't have to yell like that.
Yeah, come on. Maybe be a little more welcoming to the bear.
That'd be a refreshing change.
Hello, bear. We've got some fine offerings for you in the dumpster.
Yes, please go this way, sir.
Yes, right. Out of the store.
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast. It's time for a riot food fight.
It is food fight time on the Riot on RadioU. Today we have the new Krispy Kreme Thanksgiving donuts. They've got 4 new flavors, or at least 3 new flavors, and one that just is a picture of a turkey.
So basically, the 3 flavors are the gobbler, the Dutch apple pie, and a cranberry orange, pecan pie, and then the gobbler one is a turkey-looking donut, but it's not anything like flavor-wise.
It's not special. I mean, it's chocolate and it's decorated nicely.
It looks good.
Who got the sticker? I forget.
I have the sticker. Is this an edible sticker?
No, I don't think so.
I guess we'll find out.
You should try it, yeah.
All right, so which flavor do you want to try first?
Let's just do the turkey to get it out of the way.
The turkey one?
Since it's not anything special.
So the turkey is just a heart-shaped donut dipped in chocolate, topped with Thanksgiving sprinkles and decorated like a turkey. Oh, it is fondant, so you can eat the turkey face.
Oh, yeah.
Just a donut.
It's a regular
It's good.
donut, but you know what?
It's
It's
good.
fine.
Regular donut's pretty
The
good.
chocolate's very good. Very
We'll take
good.
it. Eat your turkey, though. Tell us what the turkey face looks like. So the other ones are pecan pie, cranberry orange, and the apple pie.
You getting the turkey face is like getting
Did
the
you bring milk in?
Yeah. We're eating donuts.
Okay, you're comfortable.
It's like you got the baby in the king cake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know
Baby
what that
Jesus.
means, but that's what you get.
Well, for Mardi Gras, there's like this king cake, and then they always put like a little baby figurine, like supposed to be baby Jesus. And whoever gets it, I would always think you'd choke on it.
Oh, my gosh.
You win something.
My mom used to do sometimes when she would make cakes, she would put a pea in it, and whoever got the pea
Would win.
got something. I don't know.
That's very
Not
I
enough.
feel like you would eat it before you even knew. Like a little pea in there.
No.
You would notice?
You would
notice.
notice a pea.
When
It
you
would
take like a
stick out
bite.
like a sore thumb.
Okay.
I don't
I don't know.
All right,
I
let's
don't
do.
remember it that
You want to do
well.
the Dutch apple pie? So this is
Sure,
like
which one is that?
That one has the crisscross icing on top of it.
okay.
And then the
I
apple
see.
pie filling.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
this looks
cold.
good.
So this is the Krispy Kreme ones. Now we're really eating. The filling's good.
Oh man,
That's an apple pie right
I
there.
like that.
That's a good one.
All right, that's a pass. That's a yes. Not pass in a bad way.
I don't
but
even know what's on top, but it's very good. I have no idea what that flavor is.
It's a cinnamon streusel cookie crumble
Oh,
on
wow.
top of it.
I love it.
Let's save the pecan pie one for the last. That's my favorite. So
Okay.
you want to do the cranberry orange one?
The cranberry orange one. It's very pretty.
It's a cranberry
filling.
filling dipped in cranberry orange icing, finished with an icing drizzle.
Although this one is the one I'm least interested in, but it looks nice.
No, it's good.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Surprisingly.
That's a good flavor. I feel like you get enough orange, so it's not just
Oh,
cranberry.
yeah.
That's good.
The filling is surprisingly good. I didn't think I would like this one at all.
That one's nice.
I don't usually like jelly donuts, but that actually is pretty tasty.
So the pecan pie is an original glazed donut dipped in butter tart filling topped with candy pecans and pie crust crumbles.
Ooh.
I don't think this one looks like that.
No. You said a lot of things there, and I don't feel like it's that.
I'm looking at the picture like it is. It's not a filled donut. It's just all topped.
Sure.
Like the pecan pie stuff is just on top of the donut.
Let's see.
So that's the last one. Pecan pie. It's good too. Listen, they're all good.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
These are all good. It's not a surprise. These are all good.
Well, we have to rank them.
What do you
we're
think?
we're eating donuts, so
What do you think is the
typically
top?
they're pretty good.
Which one do you think is the top one?
I
Apple.
liked the apple strudel one.
Apple
I'm with-
strudel?
I'm
That
with
one's
Isaiah.
really good.
The Dutch apple pie?
number one for sure.
I agree. So that's number one.
It's
That
unanimous. Which one was the worst?
The worst one,
I don't know.
the gobbler, just because that's just a normal donut.
Yeah, that one was just plain. Of the three that actually were donuts, I'd probably say for me it was like the pecan one. That one was probably the worst of the actual three special ones.
I like how on the website they're like contains pecans.
Yeah, I know.
I guess you have to for legal health
Yeah.
reasons, but I think they knew that going
Well, you
into
don't
it.
Yeah.
know if even though it's called a pecan pie donut, it might not have real pecans.
That's true.
So that's
I
actually
feel
good.
like if you're allergic to nuts, you're not willing to run the risk
Yeah.
of anything that has like a nut in the name. Like maybe even if it isn't real, I probably won't try it anyway.
So that's the Gobbles box, the Thanksgiving box set from Krispy Kreme, and I think it goes till Thanksgiving, like till then. Dutch apple pie, pecan pie, the gobbler, and the cranberry orange.
And I think I speak for all of us in saying that it is worth the gamble.
Worth the box?
yeah, it's very good. It was
If
very
you get
good.
a box full of Thanksgiving donuts from Krispy Kreme, I think you're going to be happy, and everybody you're with is going to be happy as well.
It's not hard to be happy with donuts.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to be pretty bad.
It'd be
not
pretty
like
hard to do
them.
that wrong.
Especially from Krispy Kreme.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you for the donuts this morning. We appreciate them.
Thank your mom for the Dash Pash.
Thanks for getting those for us.
Hudson sees the glass as half empty. But get this. He thinks a glass half empty is good. The Riot. Radio U.
We're 1 week away from Thanksgiving,
Yeah, that's a good way to remember.
and everybody knows that the day after Thanksgiving is Black Friday, right? But do you know what some other group of people might call it?
What is it?
Brown Friday.
Brown Friday?
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
You want to know
I
why
don't
they
wanna
call
know
it Brown
why.
Friday?
No, that's another
Just take a guess, Nikki. Why don't you just take a guess about why it's called Brown
Because
Friday?
you're supposed to flush all the presents down? I don't want to know.
It's called Brown Friday in the plumbing industry.
No, I really don't want to know.
Because it is the number one day where they get the most calls of
Really?
people needing their
help?
plumbing help. Uh-huh.
Is it because everyone ate so much the day before and no one's feeling good and there's plumbing issues?
That's totally part of it. I mean, they say basically just when you have so many instances of people where there's more people in a house than normal, doing more cooking than normal and stuff like that.
Sure.
Oftentimes, it's not that necessarily Thanksgiving itself that causes the issues, but Thanksgiving will be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Can't handle
if
it.
you've got extra people showering at your house, extra people flushing the toilet, and then all the extra strain that might be on your dishwasher or your other, your sink and stuff like that from all the extra stuff you're doing with it, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
So it's called Brown Friday next
Friday,
week. And they
uh-huh.
say that it is mostly also because the large gatherings and like the meal preparation and your kitchen cleanup, sinks, disposals, post-meal waste, it loads up everywhere. So that's your go-to day if you're in the plumbing industry.
Yeah,
that's
like
funny.
it's like their Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl is the other day.
That's the other day
that's
they're
really
busy.
big for them. So they actually have some tips. This is Roto-Rooter. They have some tips for how to avoid plumbing and drain trouble over Thanksgiving weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And most of these tips just apply for everyday life too. They say never pour grease, turkey drippings, or cooking oil down drains because they will solidify in the pipes. It also says don't put potato peels, poultry skins, bones, rice, or pasta in the garbage disposal because it can't handle, for some people, It's just like, it's a garbage disposal. Just chop it up, but it can't just chop up as the massive quantities you might want to dump down.
Well, it's small quantities, but again, you have people over, you're going to have so much more.
Right. So just make sure you scrape as much as you can into the actual trash can. It says make sure the disposal is running when you add food scraps. Don't place wet wipes in the toilet and flush them because they don't dissolve.
They say they do, but they don't.
Yeah, even if they're supposedly flushable wipes, they're not. And I think a lot of people learned that during the toilet paper shortage of 2020. Finally, try to spread out showers and laundry loads. And this is a good one. Place a plunger in all of the bathrooms to save guests the embarrassment of asking for one.
Well, next Friday's the day. That's if something's going to break in your place. Plumbing-wise, it actually normally happens on Brown Friday.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to start calling it Brown Friday.
I know it's taken over.
We usually do on that Friday, we would do a Black Friday special show where we all play Christmas music and whatever.
Right.
It's going to be the Brown Friday show this year.
We're changing it. It's a slight change in the show direction, but you can look forward to that next Friday.
We're inviting a plumber in
for all these.
Well, he can't make it because they are going to be too busy. He or she, women can be plumbers.
You're right. You're right. Don't want to, but you're right. Thanks for letting me know I can be if I want to.
Well, the option is open to you.
Thank you.
This is the Riot Radio U.
It is time to hold Isaiah's feet to the fire, where he has
Is that how to make him feel better?
Yeah. We're trying to warm me
it's
up.
An old-time remedy.
I can use it. I like it.
Does that get rid of the sickness?
Yeah. It sucks it right out. The heat from the fire.
Me up, baby.
It makes your feet all sweaty. You sweat out the illness.
I don't think we'll say yes if that's a suggested idea on how to feel better, but we're glad Isaiah's back in and he's feeling better.
Yes, but now it's time to make him hold him to account for his fan base's transgressions, because I have here a survey from bookies.com where they have surveyed college football fans from across the nation to find out which fans are the biggest complainers. And to be fair, Ohio State, of which you are a fan, did not come in at number one. Just once again, Ohio State beaten out by Alabama, which was the top
oh my gosh.
for complaining. Are you telling me that Alabama gets the number one spot for complaining stuff?
They're the number one complainers.
For everything.
And with Alabama and Ohio State, both who come in as the top two, I feel that, what do they have to complain about?
For
my
the
gosh.
teams?
What do you have to complain about?
Well, they're saying that
you win almost every game by a large margin.
Yeah.
The committee gives you the benefit of the doubt every year. They always put you in the playoffs no matter how good you are. What are you complaining about?
See, I think there's two different things to this. So obviously, any negative list for college football, Ohio State and Alabama are going to be at the top because everybody hates them so much. You can say, like, who's the most likely coach to steal candy? It'd be Ryan Day because people just hate Ohio State, right? So it doesn't matter what the list
with that beard,
is.
he does look a little shifty.
We'll be at the top no matter what. And then when you say the complaining thing, now I catch myself doing this all the time. I did it like 2 weeks ago against Nebraska. We beat Nebraska by like 11. And after the game, I was like, we shouldn't even have played. Like, oh my gosh, like we beat Nebraska by 11. Where if Nebraska won every single game of their season by 11, it'd be the greatest season ever. If we do it and we go undefeated, we'd be like, is this even a good Ohio State team? Like, we can only win by 11 against all these teams. And that's kind of the different standard where, like, Maryland's happy if they won. If Ohio State doesn't win by 30, what's it even a game worth watching?
Well, they're saying that for this list of college complainers, that Alabama fans complain about referees is what this list says the most. Ohio State complains about referees. Michigan, they say, uses the victim mentality.
Well, that ain't the truth.
I think they just victimized themselves by letting Jim Harbaugh continue to coach.
Fourth place goes to Florida for yell, heckle during the games too much. And then fifth place for college complainers for football fan bases that complain the most. Notre Dame also, they say, uses the victim mentality. But the rest of the list is mostly about referees.
Yeah, a lot of referees.
Who can't complain about the referees? That's just what you do. Whether you're good or bad, you can always blame something on the referees.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's just a default.
UCLA is the only other option at 17 that has a different one. They say for their fan base complains about player and players.
I wonder. Most probably USC players. They get all the good guys.
Yeah. We get stuck with all these guys. We can't get the guys that USC has.
Well, how do you feel about Ohio State being ranked so highly?
Well, I just know
is
that
it an
there's...
honor?
Are you complaining about the complaining
Yeah.
list? Is that what you're doing?
If it's a negative list, Ohio State's going to be at the top, which is okay. You know, everybody hates the Patriots because they win. Everybody hates Alabama because they win. Ohio State's at the top. You know, it would make sense if, like, Maryland was number 3. Why would anybody hate on them? Of course, it's going to be, like, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan, some of the better teams, which is okay.
I guess it feels like the other thing is, I don't know who they all surveyed, but it feels like this is generally and not season by season, because if you went season by season this year, you'd probably have a lot more complainers from like Cincinnati saying, why are we not in the playoff right now?
Oh, yeah,
like
big time, big time.
But they also have less fans, so less people to say that they're less people to be vocal.
They aren't quite as loud. They aren't the loudest ones in the room where like Ohio State and Alabama are always the loudest ones in the room. Like no matter where you are, you'll find an Ohio State fan complaining. You won't really hear a Cincinnati fan complaining unless like you're in Ohio. So like people in California, you'll be like, is Cincinnati, like, are they upset they're not in? Like we're here, we're like, yeah, they're upset.
They're yelling. So the biggest complainers by conference first goes to the SEC, and then second goes to the Big Ten, and third goes to the Pac-12.
Do you think the SEC, it doesn't say, but do you think the SEC, even though Alabama's the number one complainer of all, according to this, you think the rest of the SEC is just complaining about Alabama?
Oh, yeah.
That's their complaint? That's what gets them the number one?
Well, for the SEC, they say Alabama, Florida, Texas A&M, LSU, and Tennessee. That's the list of the complaining and how it goes.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Thanksgiving is coming up, and what is one of the best parts about Thanksgiving? Isaiah, what would you say?
Well, like the rolls?
Good call.
No, you shared this
Hawaiian
story
roll.
with
Oh,
us.
you want me to say it?
Yeah,
It's great. I mean,
dude.
yeah, the story is gravy, obviously.
There's better things
I
than
thought you wanted
gravy.
my actual take, which would be the rolls. That's the best part.
Yeah, but you can have rolls anytime.
But listen, on Thanksgiving, they're like a little bit different. It's like
They're a
that much
little
more
different.
special, yeah.
Because you get
Because
to
there's-
take the rolls and have it with everything else.
Yeah,
And
even
dip
if
it-
it's just a Hawaiian roll, like it's a little bit more. It's like special on Thanksgiving.
And you can dip it in the gravy.
Ooh, I'm down with that.
Are
I'm
you
down
a
with
gravy
that. I'm a
fan?
gravy fan.
'Cause
Mashed
Nikki's a
potatoes,
gravy hater.
No.
She
don't-
is.
Actually, I don't like sauces. Most sauces I don't like.
She's a sauce hater.
I'm saucy
She's an
like that.
anti-saucist.
I don't want, wow.
I like some sauces, but gravy I would consider. I don't even know if
It's
that's a
not even a
sauce. What even is
sauce.
that?
It's a heavy
topping.
sauce. No, it's a heavy sauce.
It's
I
a
don't-
condiment.
If I don't like, if it's
A condiment.
if it's the really dark one, I don't like that. Sometimes I'll like, is it like the chicken gravy or the lighter one? It's a heavy taste, guys. Like,
Yeah,
It's a
I think
delicious taste.
they do have different flavors. Like they have different tastes. I only do it with mashed potatoes. Though, like I'm not putting it on the turkey and everything. It's just on the mashed
Well,
potatoes, and also just a little bit too. I'm not like an over for all sauces. I just want a little bit.
Just a
I don't
touch.
really like to have it overloaded.
No, I eat I like mashed potatoes, and they're usually fine on their own, but they're really just a means to an end, especially on Thanksgiving, to make it acceptable to eat gravy.
Oh,
Because
geez, you're
otherwise,
one of those.
I would just be the ladle. Some people use the ladle to put the mashed potato to put the gravy on stuff. I would just use a ladle to put it right into my mouth.
Oh, nice if you
Yeah,
could.
if I could.
The
Or,
worst.
you know what? Who even needs a ladle? You got a gravy boat. It's got a helpful spout. Just
So,
pour it right in.
Is this thing real? The gravy fountain?
Yeah,
or
that's
is
what
it
we're
just,
here to talk. I mean,
Yeah.
Isaiah, you found this gravy fountain.
Yeah, so you could actually get a little instead of having like a chocolate fountain at Thanksgiving. Why
The
not
fondue.
Why not do a gravy fountain instead? That'd be kind of spice it up for grandma's house if you just had the gravy trickling down. It could be like the centerpiece of the entire thing,
Yeah.
and then people can kind of just scoop out of there.
Oh, and you'd be guaranteed that it'd be nice and warm. as
Oh,
it
yeah,
passes
and it's
through
flowing
there.
too, so it's like constantly
You're
moving.
gonna get a nice even coating
oh,
on
it's
there.
gonna be great. It's gonna
But
be
then you
great.
got to put all your food on sticks or like a fork to get it under the
Oh,
fountain.
that's so bad. Or
we
just
don't have to
stick
look
your
at the
face
downsides of
underneath.
it.
You know. I don't
Then
think
you're-
that's so bad.
Then your grandparents are like, "Oh man, Hudson, like something's wrong with him. What is he?
Hudson's
are you
back at
not-
it again.
Are you not eating enough Hudson at home?"
There's weird cousin Hudson. He's back at the gravy again. He
Well,
does
I
this
guess
every year.
What you can get, they say, is like the chocolate fountains that are pretty cheap.
Uh-huh.
And then you just use a gravy recipe, but kind of like thin it out a tiny
Yeah.
bit more. It needs to be a thinner gravy recipe. And then
So
warm
they're
it
not
up and get
actually
it in there.
selling a gravy fountain.
Well, no, it
really.
doesn't come with gravy. You have to make your own.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not marketed as a gravy fountain. It's
No,
just,
you just
they're
get your
just
own
telling you
fountain.
to get a fondue, chocolate, or cheese fountain and just put the gravy in there instead.
And they also say get a pro model. Like if you are getting a fountain, don't get the cheapest one.
Yeah.
Because it needs to have a little bit more horsepower to get the gravy through.
Well,
Ooh.
and not only that, but you know what? I'm going to be using this thing a lot. As in, not just on Thanksgiving, year round. Pop gravy in there.
No
And
chance.
just get your money's worth out
Well,
of it.
here's a Wilton Chocolate Pro Chocolate Fountain for $64 from Walmart. That's one.
That's not bad.
Nope. And then
It's a small price to pay to have a gravy flowing like you've gone
is-
to heaven.
This is like a fondue fountain is another one of those things where you use it one time and then you're like, we'll use this every day. Never again it gets pulled out of the cupboard ever.
And then it ends up at Goodwill.
especially
Yep.
if you don't. Oh, so then maybe go there and find one.
Yeah, there you go.
Clean it out.
Then I don't
but-
know what's been in it.
It'd be fine. Just a one-time use anyway.
The gravy is antibacterial. It's warm enough.
It's warm, yeah. It just kills it itself.
It's like when you if you buy or get into an apartment that has like a bathtub with jets and stuff, like, and you're not the original jet
Yeah.
person, you're going to want to really clean all
You can
the
never,
stuff in there.
You never feel 100% comfortable.
Aw. Well, if anybody makes a gravy fountain for next week, that's amazing. You really went next level, and you should send us some pictures.
I'm going to keep my eyes out at the Goodwill for
For a gravy
a fountain.
to put gravy in.
Yes.
I will do it.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at RadioU.com/donate.